Police detained Kamal Babu's wife and others en route to Ras Bhavan over his disappearance reportedly from army camp amid speculations of unconventional protest and tightened security. After 22 days of suspension, Manipur government restores internet services in key districts, citing improved law and order situation. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh celebrates 5 years of inner line permit system in Manipur, highlights key initiatives for Manipur's development and security. And None District's Rationing Agents Joint Action Committee announces indefinite blockade of Imphal-Jiribam Road for CAF and PD goods from midnight today over unpaid commissions. Hello and welcome. You're watching ISCOM English News. This is Nancy giving you the news in details. In a shocking turn of event today, police detained Bella Rani, the wife of missing Laishram Kamal Babu, along with a few companions, including the convener of Imagi Meira, T.H. Sujata. The group was en route to Ras Bhavan to seek an audience with the governor regarding Kamal Babu's disappearance when the incident occurred around noon. Despite being a small group of about 5 to 6 individuals, heightened security measures were in place, with police completely barricading the road between Ras Bhavan and the western gate of Kangla Fort from 9 a.m. Only VIP security personnel and media vehicles were allowed passage during this time. The restrictions caused significant traffic disruptions in Imphal city until around 12:30 p.m. when the roadblock was lifted following the detentions of the protesters. Media persons present at the spot witnessed that the police had even prepared blankets, though the reasons for this remained unclear. Speculations arose that the group may have intended to stage an unconventional form of protest, prompting the heavy security response. According to them, they have come to take the appointment the governor as the GOC of the 57 Mountain Division, nor the Defense Ministry has made any statement on the missing of Kamal Babu, reportedly from the army cantonment. Following the detention of Bella Rani and her companions, the media managed to briefly interact with the convener of the Imagi Meira, T.H. Sujata. However, the police intervened during the middle of the interview and took her into custody as well. During the interview, Sujata voiced her grievances about the police action. She criticized the authorities for detaining the group, which she emphasized had peacefully approached the governor's residence to highlight the case of Kamal Babu's disappearance. Sujata describes the police actions as excessive and unnecessary, stressing that Bella Rani had every right to meet the governor and demand answers about her husband's whereabouts. Kamal Babu, a resident of Gosaipur in Assam's Kasar districts and an employee at the Military Engineering Services (MES) in the 57th Mountain Division cantonment at Laimakong, has been missing since November 25th. His disappearance comes amid 19 months of ongoing violence in Manipur. Today's incident reflects the challenges faced by the families of Kamal Babu.
Miki bawa di mitra ngani manga ka kalino ba hagi khalu ka noi gyan ghar ka tamina se uniform ni thapa tawla si ni mitra ngani thi ba khangna dai ba se tonga be harassment ma yaw ri bani ko ma ki dai ta ha te mi ani humla ka gogna am gogna ka request to ke hum se kai ara ba to ta pero ye mai adam to kum se
After a ban of 23 days, the state government has today lifted the temporary suspension of internet and data services in several districts. The suspension, which had been in effect since November 16, 2024, affected the districts of Imphal West, Imphal East, Bishnupur, Thoubal, Kakching, Kangpokpi, Churachandpur, Jirbam, and Faizwal. In an official order issued by Home Commissioner N. Ashok Kumar on behalf of the governor, the government revoked the suspensions under the provisions of the temporary suspensions of telecom services, public emergency or public safety, Rules 2017. The order confirmed that internet services in the affected districts would be restored immediately. The government has cautioned all internet users to refrain from activities that could threaten public order, warning that any such actions may lead to future suspension. The decision to lift a ban follows a review of the prevailing law and order situations in the state. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh today marked the 5-year anniversary of the Inner Line Permit ILP system in Manipur, commending the efforts of the Modi-led central government in safeguarding the state's indigenous populations. Speaking at the event, which was attended by ministers, MLAs, officials, CSOs, IDPs and BJP Karyakartas, the Chief Ministers emphasized the importance of the ILP in protecting the state's culture, civilizations and traditions. He echoed Home Minister Amit Shah's recognitions of the system's value in Parliament, calling it crucial for preserving the identity of the region. Biren Singh also addressed ongoing initiatives aimed at empowering internally displaced persons, IDPs, stressing that their welfare remained a top priority for his government. He highlighted that around 300 IDPs had been employed under the startup scheme, a part of the state's efforts to support entrepreneurial initiatives. The Chief Minister took the opportunity to reflect on the significant progress made in the state's development, particularly through the Go to Hill programs. He noted that visible improvements had been made in hill districts like Tamenglong, Senapati and Ukhrul, with Senapati potentially surpassing Imphal in development in the near future. On security and border protections, Biren Singh outlined several measures, including the implementations of biometric registrations for illegal immigrants, border fencing, and the removal of the free movement regime, FMR, all aimed at ensuring the safety of the indigenous people of Manipur. He also highlighted the state's War on Drugs campaign, which, despite facing challenges, continues to combat drug trafficking and poppy cultivation. Concluding his address, the Chief Minister expressed his gratitude to the central government for its support and urged citizens to focus on contributing positivity to society to secure a better future for the state. The Inner Line Permit ILP Facilitation Scheme Center at Jirbam districts, a long-completed infrastructure project, was inaugurated virtually today by Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. The virtual event saw the participation of several key officials, including Deputy Commissioner of Jirbam, Krishna Kumar, Superintendent of Police, Kamnam Robinson, and Additional Deputy Commissioner T.H. Manoranjan, along with other district officials. The newly constructed building of the District Institute of Education and Training, DIET, at Kasom Kulend in Kamjong District was virtually inaugurated today by Chief Minister N. Biren Singh from his secretariat in Imphal. The event, organized by the State Council of Education, Research and Training, was attended by Education Minister Thongnauzam Basantakumar, MLAs and other officials. In his address, CM Biren Singh stated that with 9 such centers already operational and 4 new diet centers underway, including Kasom Kulend, we are steadily advancing towards creating a vibrant and comprehensive teacher education ecosystem. He emphasized the government's commitment to the welfare of the people and its efforts to bridge developmental gaps across the state through initiatives like the Go to Hills and Go to Village missions. He informed that the newly inaugurated diet building was constructed at a cost of approximately 5.61 crore rupees and highlight the government's priority towards education despite financial constraints. He also mentioned the progress made under the STAR education program, which had led to improvements in teachers' training. Additionally, the Chief Minister highlighted significant improvements in road connectivity, reducing travel time from Imphal to Kasom Kulend from 7 to 8 hours to just 1.5 hours. He assured continued efforts to enhance health facilities in hills districts and reiterated the government's commitment to protect the state's indigenous people. The Joint Action Committee, JAC, of the Nonne District Rationing Agents has announced an indefinite blockade of all trucks, including vehicles transporting Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Department goods, along National Highway 37, also known as the Imphal-Jiribam Road, starting from today's midnight. This decision follows multiple unsuccessful appeals to the concerned authorities regarding the non-payment of pending commissions for the period from 2019 to 2022. In a press briefing, the governor of the JAC, K. Atun Gonmai, expressed that the committee had been left with no choice but to proceed with the blockade after the grievances were ignored by the state government. He emphasized that despite their selfless service during the COVID-19 pandemic, the government had failed to release the dues owed to them. Gonmai highlighted that the JAC had gone above and beyond during the crisis, but instead of receiving recognition, their rightful commissions were withheld, calling on the public to support their cause, stressing that the responsibility for any untoward incidents arising from the blockade will rest solely with the state government. The JAC has vowed to continue their protest until the pending commissions are fully paid.
2019 last part tegena 2022 first part phawbagi agent ama oibagi phangpham thokpa honorem p dabagi akoi wakat yam tawkhre cm da natraga dc gi through da mayam da khanghan lakpani adubu ngasi phawba wa se tabi dabagi date 7 gi december phawba akoina automatum deadline pi khre adubu kaisu moina answer phangdabagi akhoji akoi agitation hawragani maramdi agitation date 9 midnight tegena national highway 2037 ikuni blockade hawragani haibisi mayamna khanghanjari aduna asigi blockade manung sida mayamna su area gi village authority CSO kayamarum na support of you haina mayamda dum khanghanjari.
Now it's time for a short commercial break. Stay tuned.
Admission open. Honeycomb Foundation School Mongsangi Bori Makongi English ngani kun mga kuntaruki oina academic session daycare dagi class 3 fawgi oina admission to bahogzare. School asi qualified amani train tawraba oza singna angang singna tunggia sa uhanduna takpitambiri. Pizari ba kudong saba singa dudi mama mapa sa panaba angang ani natraga masidagi helabadi ani suba angangi oina sada kuntra discount pizari aduga ahum suba angangi oina free admission pizari. Loina na relief camp natraga irang na sokalaba mafam singi damaktadi free admission pizari. Van service jahiga sanaraba sanaport Ningtina Samson Hazilaba classroom sing Luina CCTV camera, January kun English singani kun mga fawagi manung the admission tawrabadi, Sada Yankay discount pizari, akak naba sit karakaktani, kudong saba si Lobiho, ngasi mag office ta laktuna tanabiho, office hour 9 AM to 2 PM.
The India Alliance gathered at Jantar Mantra in New Delhi to protest the ongoing crisis in Manipur, demanding immediate actions from Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the resignations of the state's Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. Prominent leaders including Congress MP Jairam Ramesh, CPI leader D. Raza, MPCC President K. Meghasandra, CLP leader Okram Ibobi and MLAs K. Ranjit, T.H. Lokeswar and Surja Kumar, along with CPI M. Manipur leader K.S.H. Santa, participated in the protest. Jairam Ramesh, addressing the gathering, emphasized the alliance demand for the Prime Minister to break his silence on the situation in Manipur. He pointed out that while PM Modi had travelled abroad, he had not visited Manipur even after 18 months of unrest. Ramesh criticized the chief ministers for failing to restore peace and demanded his resignations, urging the Prime Minister to visit the state, understand the suffering of its people and take decisive action. CPI leader D. Raza echoed Ramesh's concerns, questioning the government's commitment to national unity. He pointed out the Prime Minister's silence on the crisis, asking why there had been no parliamentary debate on the issue. Raza also criticized the Prime Minister and the BJP for claiming nation first while ignoring the plight of Manipur, and he called for the resignation of the state's chief minister. A 10-year-old boy from Manipur, whose mother and sister were among 6 women and children allegedly killed by Kuki militants during the November 11th Jirevam terror attack, visited the national capital seeking justice for his deceased family members. In an emotional account, the boy recounted the harrowing events of that day, describing how militants attacked the relief camp and set fire to the prefabricated houses. The boy explained that he had managed to escape death by hiding in a nearby field as the militants launched their attack. He shared that despite witnessing his mother and sister being abducted by the assailants, he was unable to help them or stop the tragedy. The boy's visit to the national capital aims to raise awareness and seek justice for the victims of this brutal attack.
मैंने वो कुकी ने सीआरपी को बोला आप लोग बीच में मत आओ, हम मिटे लोगों को मारेंगे। उसके बाद सीआरपी ने बोला वो लोग तो फायरिंग के लिए कुछ नहीं जानता, मिटे इन लोगों को कुछ मत करो, करना है तो हम लोगों के साथ फायरिंग करोगे। सीआरपी का बात नहीं माने, वो लोग हमारे घर के पास आके उसका बाद वो लोग ब्लाइंड फायरिंग करा। उसका बाद हम लोग लेट के ले गया।
Arrested an active cadre of the proscribed RPF PLA organization identified as Bungcha Thaudam, also known as Khamba, aged 28 years, from Imphal West. The accused was allegedly involved in extortion activities targeting spa centers in the Imphal area. During his arrest, the police recovered several items from his possessions, including one mobile handset, a wallet containing 1,920 rupees and an Aadhaar card, and a car without a registration number. The arrest is part of ongoing efforts by the police to curb illegal activities in the region. The Manipur Commissions for Protection of Child Rights, MCPCR, has issued an advisory to the Directorate of Education S to monitor the implementation of the Rights to Education RTE Act 2009 and the NCPCR's Safety and Security Manual for Schools. According to the advisory signed by the chairperson of MCPCR, Kaisam Pradeep Kumar, the mandated monitoring authority will soon conduct inspections of government and private schools to ensure compliance with RTE provisions and safety guidelines, stating that key areas of focus include prohibiting corporal punishments, addressing bullying, mainstreaming displaced children, and protecting the rights of marginalized students. It has instructed the Director of Education S to designate zonal education officials as nodal officers to assist in the inspections. A large-scale social service and cleanliness camp was conducted this morning by the Manipur Fire Service at the Sri Sri Govindaji Temple in Palace Compound and its surrounding areas. The event, held under the supervision of the Director of Manipur Fire Service, L. Nabachandra, saw active participation from various fire substations, including those of Taubal, Mayang Imphal, Nambol, and Loitang Kuno. The drive involved the deployment of 7 fire tenders, a Tata DI, and a Bolero vehicle, all provided by the department. The initiative aimed to enhance cleanliness and ensure a safer environment in and around the historic temple premises. At the 9th Brahmaputra Valley Film Festival 2024, held at Assam Jyoti Chitraband Film Studio in Guwahati, the Manipuri feature film Langdai Amma won the prestigious Best Director Award for its director, Binoranjan Oinam, in the feature film category. Langdai Amma was amongst 150 films featured in the renowned Northeast Film Festival, and it stood out for its compelling storytelling and exceptional direction. The film's narrative, rich in emotional depth, captivated the audience and earned critical acclaim. The cast of the film includes actors such as Amar Mayanglambam, Tonthoi Lesangthem, Amarjit Raskumar, J. Vidya Ningthauza, and Haisnam Indu. The film's writer and director, Binoranjan Oinam, has lauded for his powerful directions, while Rishi Tokchom produced the film. Tarun Wang handled the cinematography, and Alam Tanil served as the editor. The Assam Rifles successfully wrapped up a week-long integrated training capsule for Manipur Police recruits held under the aegis of HQ3 Corps. The training, which ran for 6 days, involved 1,950 recruits and focused on promoting national integrations, intercultural tolerance, and pride in uniform. Specialized instructions from the Assam Rifles guided the participants through a series of sessions that emphasized the history of Manipur, the core values of the Assam Rifles and the Indian Army. Recruits' activity participated in team-building exercises aimed at fostering cooperation and camaraderie. The training culminated with a closing ceremony recently, where both instructors and recruits expressed their gratitude for the valuable training content provided by 3 corps. According to release by the IGAR South, the initiative is seen as a significant step in strengthening the operational effectiveness of the recruits, preparing them for their future roles in law enforcement. Chief Medical Officer of Churachandpur, Vanlal Kungi, launched the 100 Days Intensified Campaign on Tuberculosis TB Eliminations at the District TB Center, Churachandpur today, as part of the National TB Elimination Campaign under the National Health Mission Program. The initiative aims to detect and treat all TB patients in the district, reducing undiagnosed cases and preventing the neglect of TB patients. During the launch, the CMO emphasized the importance of proper treatment for TB patients, promoting TB preventive therapy, and raising awareness within the community. She urged local stakeholders, including voluntary organizations, to cooperate in screening vulnerable groups such as those with HIV or diabetes to help eliminate TB. The campaign, which began on December 7th, will focus on identifying and treating TB cases using advanced screening tools. The launch event was attended by District TB Officer Dr. Damthanal ZEO and ICDS officials. Syrian rebel forces have reportedly gained full control of the capital, Damascus, as President Bashar al-Assad is said to have fled the country. Recent media sources claim that Assad has sought asylum in Moscow. Opposition forces hailed the fall of the Assad regime, declaring the city free from that they called the tyrant Bashar al-Assad and ushering in a new era for Syria. In a symbolic move, the opposition forces also freed detainees from the infamous Sednaya prisons, marking what they described as the end of the era of the tyranny that had gripped the facility. The rebels celebrated their victory by toppling the statue of Hafiz al-Assad, the late father of Bashar, signaling the collapse of the Assad family's 50-year rule over Syria. Earlier, the rebels had secured a major victory with the capture of Homs, a strategic city, delivering a significant blow to Assad's 24-year-long reign. As they celebrate their triumph, opposition fighters fired shots into the air and took down Assad's portraits across the city. Remarkably, the Syrian opposition, led by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham HTS, captured 4 key cities, namely Dara, Quneitra, Suweda and Homs on the same day, following a major offensive launch on November 27th. Now the headlines once again. Police detained Kamal Babu's wife and others en route to Ras Bhavan over his disappearance, reportedly from army camp, and speculations of unconventional protest and tightened security. After 23 days of suspension, Manipur government restores internet services in key districts, citing improved law and order situation. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh celebrates 5 years of inner line permit system in Manipur, highlights key initiatives for Manipur's development and security. And None District Rationing Agents Joint Action Committee announces indefinite blockade of Imphal-Jiribam Road for CAF and PD codes from midnight today over unpaid commissions. Now that's all in this bulletin. Keep watching ISCOM English News.